Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing and Painting. Thanks for joining us in the video today about parking lot striping. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload our next parking lot striping video. So as you see here, Big Chris is striping a parking lot. Everything is about normal. We have the correct paint that we're using. We got the correct viscosity. We got the correct filtration. And also we're using the correct spray tip. All of that really matters. But the machine is doing exactly what it's designed to do. It stripes on the right side of the machine. We're doing single stall parking lines. They take about a few seconds to do, and we get a good bit of money for it. If you're interested in learning more about parking lot striping, check out the links in the description. Also, I'll pin a comment. We teach it, the All-Pro Parking Lot Striping course. Right now, it's about 7 hours long, 40 separate training pods, and there is a bit of a discount on the course right now. It is expensive, so please take those discounts when available. So right here, we're striping these parking lines. Everything's going just fine. But in the next clip, we're going to show you how we made $300 in 3 minutes. Now, I can already hear the comments already that I overcharged the customer, that I'm gouging them, but not so fast. This is industry standard price, and parking lot striping pays much, much more per hour than pressure washing. And in this video clip that you see here, we're doing something with a parking lot striping machine that is really not designed to do, but with this trick and technique, you can learn how to do it as well. Now, a lot of guys don't know this, so what they do is elect to hand paint this parking line because they don't think the machine's capable of doing it. But the machine is capable of doing it. Now, if you go to hand paint it, it takes about 3 hours to do. If you use the machine, it takes about 3 minutes, but you can still charge the same industry standard pricing, even though it's not taking you but a fraction of the time. So sometimes you get lucky and you get some of these really high-paying gigs when you use the parking lot striping machine where otherwise you wouldn't think you could use it. So right here in this clip, you see Big Chris and Apex about to stripe this line. Now, what we had to do, we had to manipulate our parking lot striping machine because it was too wide to fit in between these wheel stops. The wheel stops are designed to keep cars from tapping each other when they're doing nose-to-nose parking. In this parking lot, larger vehicles are parking here, so they needed a little bit extra room so they wouldn't tap bumpers when it was nose-to-nose parking. The general car is about 18 inches from the front wheel to the front bumper, and on larger vehicles, you get a much more of a distance, and sometimes it's hard to see over the hood for the driver, and when they go to park, they hit the vehicle in front of them, setting off alarms and everything else. So they put these wheel stops in there to prevent that. But now this line still needs to be put down and painted because it's code. That line has to be there to identify a trip hazard. So again, right here, what we're doing, instead of striping the parking line on the right side of the machine, which we can't because the machine's too wide to fit in there, we draw that arm in. That arm articulates a bit. We draw it in, lock it in, and then rotate our spray tip nozzle to 90 degrees clockwise, exactly parallel. Now, again, this is striping between the back wheels, so you have to be very careful not to step on the line. It's hard to see. That's where you see Apex shining the light down there so Chris can identify his location of his spray. And then also not to run that back wheel over that wet paint because then you're causing more of a mess than what it was worth. So again, we do this in about 3 minutes. It's a $300 charge. And you could do this too. Now knowing this, now this does take a little technique training. Chris is an absolute expert at parking lot striping. He's probably striped over 100,000 parking lines, and he is really good with it. And he's making big money doing it. So guys, if you see some parking lots in your area that are faded, the lines need to be repainted, that probably tells me there's no one in your area really doing it. You can jump into this parking lot striping industry and probably make more money than you ever made in your life, and that is an exact true statement. It's big pay. Usually, like I said, it pays many more times per hour than pressure washing. Now, I love pressure washing, but I absolutely love to pay a parking lot striping. So both of these industries kind of go hand in hand in a lot of locations. Also, I was going to say, this what you're seeing is not bugs flying in front of the camera. This machine runs about a 3,000 PSI. So they have some dust particles around on the ground, which does not affect the paint, but the vortex of that spray picks it up and you see it flying in kind of front of the camera. So I got a question about that before. Was that bugs flying in front of it? But that's just some dust particles. So anyway, this took us about 3 minutes, $300. And of course, I do got overhead out of it, insurance, employees pay, equipment, paint, all that. But it's a really good a little upsell, and we did it in 3 minutes, and we didn't have to get on our hands and knees, and now you don't either. So again, I'm Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing Painting, hoping that this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.